Suicide is a very scary problem. I would say the research supports that it's the fourth leading cause of death for 10 to 14-year-olds, and it's the third leading cause of death for 15 to 24-year-olds. When you go to the college population, it's the second leading cause of death. Than ever before, I think that if you were to have gone to the college in the 70s and 80s, you wouldn't have seen quite as many students struggling with depression and suicide rates, but certainly in the last 10 years it's become more prevalent of a problem. Mental health professionals on college campuses have reported that they have tripled the number of students that they've seen over the past few years. Because if you believe someone you know is at risk of suicide, the best thing you can do is just reach out and ask them if they're thinking about killing themselves. Don't be afraid to say that. People sometimes worry that if they ask somebody if they're feeling suicidal, that's going to put the idea in their head, but it's not. Most people will tell you that they'll be relieved. They'll feel relief if somebody has reached out and asked them. Common events or stressors that lead to suicide are often major life changes, major transitions. If somebody's contemplating suicide, they really can just pick up the phone and call 911. That's the quickest and easiest way to get another voice on the other end. Some warning signs that somebody may be contemplating suicide are going to look like they're very depressed. So if you think about somebody who's depressed, they don't often look happy or joyful. They seem very withdrawn. They tend to isolate. They're not as interested in engaging in activities. Maybe their hygiene has slipped. They don't go to class or they don't go to work. They stop engaging in life. If you believe someone you know is at risk of suicide, the best thing you can do is just reach out and ask them if they're thinking about killing themselves. Don't be afraid to say that. People sometimes worry that if they ask somebody if they're feeling. Common events or stressors that lead to suicide are often major life changes, major transitions in life, whether it's relationship ending, coming away to college can be a major life event, parents' divorce, death in the family, something that is beyond the coping skills of an individual. Typically, the pain of dying no longer outweighs the pain of living when somebody is contemplating suicide. Their resources are tapped out and they're not able to cope with the events in their life. It's important to know that anytime you're concerned about somebody and you think they may be suicidal, don't be afraid to ask that person or to reach out and get help so you don't